Hey everyone, of course, welcome to the next edition of Forum Bites. In this episode, we're going to have a conversation about why it's important to coach within the EO Forum and the skills you're going to need to do that successfully. We're going to be having a conversation with Anthony DeMarco, an EO trainer and an EO Toronto member. Wave, Anthony.
Hey, how you doing?
And without further ado, let's get into the video. Anthony, how are you, mate?
I'm awesome. How are you, sir?
Very good, mate. I know that we're literally 12 hours difference, aren't we? It's what is the time for
I
me?
know.
7 o'clock in the morning here, so it's 7 p.m.
Well, perfect. Easy to calculate.
Mate, correct. And how about you tell everyone who you are, who, of course, naturally doesn't know you. I've known you for many years, mate.
No, so I'm Anthony DeMarco. I've been an EO member now for coming up to my 16th year. EO Toronto, and yeah, I'm a forum facilitator.
And mate, tell me, coaching. Now, you and I have had a lot of conversations about coaching within Forum. Can you tell me primarily why, to the members out there, why coaching effectively in the Forum is important to the Forum experience?
Sure. I think, before I get into it, it's probably important we just back up a little bit.
Sure.
I think a lot of EO members have had experiences in their businesses or in life with a coach. I mean, that's my primary business. I'm a business coach. And what I do outside of EO and what I do in EO are totally different. When I'm coaching in the real world or outside of EO, I'm really there to help my client figure out stuff and really put them on a path and help them with some sort of direction or challenge that they're facing. Informed coaching is totally different. As a matter of fact, the core belief of a coach is that the presenter has the ability to find the answers within themselves and that the coach is not there to solve anything. All right, really the coach's role in EO is to respond with empathy as they help the presenter to shift. When they're telling their story, you want to shift from all the external details, the facts, the people, the drama, all the costly, and really get to that underlying struggle that they're facing to help them go deeper and discover what's underneath the struggle or challenge. Where they stuck, what's holding them back. And coaching also really helps the presenter articulate all of the feelings and the emotions that they're feeling.
Mate, I love that point there where you just made, and it's something which has certainly hit a chord with me, is that the coach is understanding the presenter has the answer within them. They just have to help them find it, which is the important point. But how do we do that, mate? You know what I mean? It's easier to say it's important, which I agree. But I've had a lot of experience with forum members who find it sometimes the hardest part of the forum experience is being the coach, not actually being the person actually presenting or doing the deep dive or the brains or whatever they're looking at. So what is a recommendation you would give to people to make it easier for them?
So here's the important thing. Once the inner struggle has been identified and you've captured as many emotions as you can, you actually stop coaching.
Yeah.
That's where we get the impact of the deep dive and how it can really be maximized for everyone in forum to share their experiences, and we can stay in that forum mindset.
So in other words, that conversation you want from that is where they get into the, you're defining what the emotion is, which is the last part of the coaching process. Then you stop, then you go back to the forum. Would that be accurate?
EO has a forum workshop on coaching, and they use the story or the metaphor of a puzzle. And they said the presenter has like a bunch of puzzle pieces all in front of them. Some are clear, some are fuzzy. Some of them are actually out of sight. Maybe they've fallen on the floor underneath the table that you're working on. And the coach's role is really to facilitate the presenter to get clear about all the pieces of the puzzle without actually taking over the puzzle or solving the puzzle during the coaching session. So if you think about it, a successful coaching session allows the presenter to clearly share all the important pieces with the rest of the forum. And this helps them to go back into their minds, into their experiences when they maybe had to tackle a similar puzzle in their life. Remember, coaching isn't the main event. It's the preparation, right? If all the work is done in the coaching session, then there's nothing left for the deep dive.
So, mate, that's something which has clarified something for me. So what you're saying from the metaphor perspective is that the coach is there to understand what the puzzle looks like, understand the pieces, understand the way that the individual who's facing that puzzle is feeling. And then the next step, of course, is with that understanding, then going back to the forum and going into the deep dive or whatever direction they end up taking it with the forum to therefore help the individual find a way to put those pieces together due to that understanding and bring in their own experience into it. Now mate, that is probably
Yeah.
one of the first ways I've heard coaching articulated that way. And funny enough, after 14 years in EO, mate, it's actually just clicked for me.
It's not even so much that the coach is responsible for that. Again, I think that's why sometimes people get in their heads about, I can't be a good coach. Because really, it's not on you. What you're just helping the presenter do is get clarity on the pieces so that when they come and they speak to the forum, they can share in a more concise way. We're not talking about, we've all seen the image of the iceberg. We're not talking about all the things on top, the details and the drama and all of that. We've helped them come down into the bottom of really what are the emotions they're feeling? What's that core struggle they have? And that's what the coach is doing, is just helping them wrap their mind around that so that they can present it in a way that we can connect and then we can share our experiences.
So, in other words, making sure that the person who's making the presentation understands the puzzle as well. Good point.
The clearer they come, then we're in a better position as forum mates to give experiences.
There's different mindsets you're going to need to be able to be a good coach. And I know that's probably a video all by itself, I can probably guess. But can you give a very quick overview of what those mindsets actually are? So in other words, people would at least know there is a different way of tackling the coaching position depending on the mindset required on the situation?
Yeah, or what I like to say too, if it's okay to just kind of change your words a little bit, is that different topics are better suited for different tools. So when we think about a deep dive, we're really talking about an issue or a challenge that first of all is important and it's unresolved and it probably has some emotional complexity. I always like to say it's kind of like we're going down that proverbial road and we get to the fork and we don't really know, do we go left or do we go right? I also like to say that a lot of times these topics start with why, if I could generalize it and just say they're why topics. Like, why is this so hard? I'm really looking for clarity or confidence, just self-awareness, as opposed to other type of topics that are more around the how or the what. How do I do this better? What am I missing? Really here, what you're seeking is more data, right? So a brainstorming session or a round table is going to really be better suited for those type of topics. And it allows the forum to share, but not go out of forum mindset, right?
Yeah.
So a deep dive really provides the gift of vulnerability because it isn't just about the presenter.
So, mate, guess what? You're stuck with me again. We're going to have to make another video. But as always, guys and girls, I'll, of course, leave the link for everything else. But if you've got any questions for at least naturally me or Anthony, please leave them in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed already and you want to see, of course, the next couple of episodes, please hit that subscribe button now. And as always, we will see you in the next video.